For 76 years, the Cannes Film Festival has served as the heavily guarded temple of traditional cinema. The industry's identity is built on human glamour and the authentic magnetism of physical stardom. The Cannes jury formally banned AI from its top competition based on a specific belief: computers can imitate, but they will never possess deep emotional truth. A different vision emerged right next door on the Croisette. The World AI Film Festival showcased hyper-realistic faces shifting into surreal mutations, slipping into a visual space where technical precision replaces narrative heart. The physical proximity of these festivals highlights the central tension. The old guard is attempting to lock the gates against a synthetic wave they cannot control. Historically, the difference between an idea and a movie was measured in dollars. A standard independent film typically requires hundreds of thousands of dollars just to reach the screen. The text-to-video pipeline is dismantling this financial barrier. Tools like Seedance 2.0 and MagicShot.ai are changing the basic logic of production costs. This architecture illustrates the new workflow. A neural network generates environments and characters from a single text prompt via a generator-to-discriminator pipeline. Minimal inputs replace entire departments, turning a $20,000 visual effects sequence into a $500 generation. Major studios are already adjusting their spending. The strategy is to fund multiple $50 million AI hybrid projects, creating more shots on goal for the price of one traditional blockbuster. Studios are repurposing tools pitched as indie democratization to fuel a ruthless race toward the bottom line. Some creators use these tools to overcome physical restrictions. The Tribeca Film Festival recently accepted Dreams of Violets, the first fully AI-generated feature in an official festival lineup. Working with a $2,000 budget, the directors used AI to dramatize a sensitive story about civilian resistance in Iran, a project that otherwise would have remained unmade. This independent necessity contrasts sharply with corporate trends, where studios are mining the legacies of deceased icons to replace living actors. In As Deep as the Grave, the late Val Kilmer delivers a posthumous performance. Production used archival data to synthetically generate a voice and likeness for a role he was never healthy enough to film. Stan Lee's estate licensed his vocal likeness to a digital marketplace. Now any user can generate original content using a synthetic version of his voice. Nostalgia is the new raw material. Studios have transformed personal identity into an infinitely exploitable, uncomplaining corporate resource. These digital resurrections have outpaced current law. Post-mortem publicity rights remain inconsistent, providing little protection for the dead. Academic and legal experts are now documenting the specific threats deepfakes pose to the industry. Studios often structure their operations in jurisdictions with weak protections to avoid the need for estate consent. Creators frequently cite the fair use doctrine as a shield, arguing that deepfakes represent transformative art rather than theft. Even when permission is granted, the legal landscape is chaotic. The digital recreation of Peter Cushing in Rogue One triggered lawsuits from competing parties claiming control over his image rights, regardless of the estate's approval. Christopher Reeve's unauthorized CGI cameo in The Flash highlighted a different loophole. The studio relied on its ownership of archival footage, bypassing his estate entirely. Hollywood is a century-old industry built on intellectual property. It is currently operating in an environment where the rules of reality and consent are being rewritten in real time. Human creators are organizing. A broad coalition is attempting to build guardrails against the synthetic wave. Filmmakers like Seth Rogen have led a visceral rejection of these tools, dismissing AI-generated scripts as fundamentally incompatible with human storytelling. During the recent strikes, SAG-AFTRA secured protections requiring explicit consent for the creation of digital replicas. Distribution platforms are also shifting. YouTube has expanded likeness detection technology to help celebrities track and remove unauthorized deepfakes of themselves. Anti-AI sentiment is now a marketing tool. James Cameron announced that his upcoming Avatar film will open with a title card declaring that no generative AI was used in its production. Preserving human identity has become the central focus of these labor strikes, eclipsing traditional wage debates. The boundary separating human innovation from synthetic imitation has effectively vanished. Tech executives maintain that this synthetic wave is unstoppable, claiming it will soon destroy the traditional film model entirely. The cost of infinite, budget-free content is the removal of the specific human suffering and doubt that drives the artistic process. By treating human likeness as a cost-cutting commodity, the industry is trading away its own cultural relevance. The era of warnings is over. Artificial intelligence is already inside.